Make yourself your top priority. Ladies and gentlemen, today I invite you to reflect on a simple yet transformative truth: you are your greatest asset. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to put others first, to prioritize demands, expectations, and responsibilities that pull us in countless directions. But in doing so, we often neglect the one person who matters most: ourselves. This isn't about selfishness, it's about self-respect. When you make yourself your top priority, you create a foundation for growth, resilience, and happiness. You unlock your potential to lead a life of purpose, strength, and fulfillment. Together, let's explore what it means to put yourself first and how doing so can change your life and the lives of those around you for the better. Let's begin. Your greatest asset is you. Imagine for a moment that you've been given a precious treasure, a resource so unique and valuable that it cannot be replaced. That treasure is you. Your time, your energy, your talents, and your well-being are the building blocks of everything you will accomplish in life. Recognizing this truth is the first step to making yourself your top priority. Many of us spend our lives investing in external pursuits, our careers, relationships, and material possessions, often at the expense of our own health and happiness. While these things are important, they cannot thrive if the foundation yourself is neglected. You think of your life as a house. If the foundation is weak, no matter how beautiful the structure is, it will eventually crumble. Taking care of yourself is not a luxury, it's a necessity. This means prioritizing your physical health through regular exercise, proper nutrition, and adequate rest. It means nurturing your mental and emotional well-being by setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, and seeking joy in your daily life. It also means investing in your personal growth, learning new skills, exploring your passions, and setting meaningful goals. Yet, so many of us hesitate to make ourselves a priority. We tell ourselves that there isn't enough time, that others need us more, or that focusing on ourselves is selfish. But here's the reality. When you neglect yourself, you diminish your ability to give to others. You cannot pour from an empty cup. By taking care of yourself, you replenish your energy and enhance your ability to support the people and causes you care about. Think of the most successful and fulfilled people you admire. What do they all have in common? They understand the importance of self-care and self-prioritization. They recognize that in order to give their best to the world, they must first give their best to themselves. This principle applies to all areas of life, whether you're a parent, a professional, a student, or a caregiver. Making yourself your top priority also means embracing your uniqueness. No one else in the world has your exact combination of experiences, talents, and dreams. You are a one-of-a-kind masterpiece, and the world needs you to be at your best. When you honor yourself by making your needs and aspirations a priority, you unlock your true potential and inspire others to do the same. In essence, prioritizing yourself is an act of self-respect. It's about recognizing your worth and taking deliberate steps to nurture your mind, body, and soul. It's not about perfection or doing everything at once. It's about progress and committing to small, consistent actions that build a stronger, healthier, and happier you. So ask yourself today, am I treating myself as my greatest asset? If the answer is no, it's time to make a change. Start small, but start now. Remember, the journey to becoming your best self begins with a single step, and that step is choosing to make yourself your top priority. Self-priority is not selfishness. One of the greatest misconceptions about prioritizing yourself is the idea that it's selfish. This belief often stops us from taking the necessary steps to nurture our well-being. But let's be clear, making yourself your top priority is not about ignoring others. It's about creating the capacity to give to them more effectively. When you prioritize yourself, you're not taking away from others. You're ensuring that you have the energy, clarity, and emotional strength to be present and supportive in their lives. Think of it like the instructions given during an airplane safety demonstration. You're told to secure your own oxygen mask before assisting others. Why? Because if you're struggling to breathe, you won't be able to help anyone else. The same principle applies to life. The truth is, neglecting yourself doesn't make you a better parent, friend, partner, or professional. Instead, it often leads to burnout, frustration, and resentment. When you constantly put others first at the expense of your own needs, you drain your resources and diminish your ability to show up as your best self. Over time, this can harm your relationships and well-being. Making yourself a priority starts with understanding that self-care is a responsibility, not a luxury. Taking time to focus on your physical health, mental clarity, and emotional balance is essential to living a fulfilling life. It's about recognizing that you are the foundation of everything you do and everyone you care for. When the foundation is strong, everything else benefits. This doesn't mean you ignore the needs of others or abandon your responsibilities. It means finding a balance that allows you to care for yourself without guilt. For example, carving out time for exercise, hobbies, or quiet reflection doesn't make you selfish, it makes you more energized and focused. Saying no to commitments that overwhelm you isn't neglectful, it's a way of protecting your peace, so you can say yes to what truly matters. One of the most empowering aspects of making yourself a priority is that it sets a positive example for others. When your children, friends, or colleagues see you taking care of yourself, they learn the importance of self-respect and self-care. Your actions can inspire them to do the same, creating a ripple effect that promotes healthier relationships and a stronger sense of self-worth. It's also important to let go of the fear of judgment. You may encounter people who misunderstand or criticize your decision to prioritize yourself. They might label you as selfish or accuse you of caring less about others. However, their opinions don't define your worth or the value of your choices. What matters is that you're living authentically and making decisions that align with your well-being. Self-priority is not about isolating yourself or shutting others out. It's about creating boundaries that protect your time, energy, and emotional health. It's about knowing when to say no so that you can say yes to what truly enriches your life. By doing so, you cultivate a sense of balance and harmony that benefits both you and those around you. Remember, you are not selfish for prioritizing your health, dreams, and happiness. In fact, making yourself a priority is one of the most selfless things you can do. When you take care of yourself, you're better equipped to give your time, energy, and love to the people and causes that matter most. So the next time you feel guilty for putting yourself first, remind yourself of this truth. You cannot be your best for others until you are your best for yourself. By prioritizing your well-being, you not only honor your own worth, but also create the capacity to make a meaningful impact on the lives of those you care about. Define your own path. In a world filled with noise and opinions, it's easy to lose sight of your own goals and values. Society, friends, and even family often impose expectations about who you should be, what you should do, and how you should live. But if you want to truly make yourself your top priority, you must take control of your life by defining your own path. Your path is as unique as you are. No one else has experienced life through your perspective or walked in your shoes. This uniqueness is your strength, and it's the key to discovering what truly matters to you. Defining your path means stepping back from the expectations of others and asking yourself some fundamental questions. What do I want to achieve? What makes me happy? What values do I hold dear? These answers become your compass, guiding you toward a life that feels authentic and fulfilling. When you fail to prioritize your own goals and dreams, you risk living a life dictated by others. You might find yourself chasing someone else's definition of success or happiness, only to feel empty when you achieve it. That's why it's essential to clarify what success looks like to you. For some, it might mean building a thriving career. For others, it might mean nurturing meaningful relationships or pursuing a passion. Whatever your vision is, it's yours to create and prioritize. Of course, defining your path is not always easy. It requires courage to stand firm in your convictions, especially when they conflict with what others expect of you. You might face criticism or doubt from people who don't understand your choices. But remember, this is your life, not theirs. You are the one who must live with the consequences of your decisions, so it's crucial to make them for yourself. Defining your path also means letting go of comparisons. It's tempting to measure your progress against others, especially in an age of social media where everyone seems to be living their best life. But comparing yourself to others only distracts you from your journey. Instead, Focus on your own progress, no matter how small it may seem. Celebrate your achievements and use them as motivation to keep moving forward. Another important aspect of defining your path is being flexible. Life is unpredictable, and your goals may evolve as you grow and change. That's okay. Defining your path doesn't mean rigidly sticking to a plan. It means staying true to your core values while adapting to new opportunities and challenges. You think of your path as a river steady in its direction but flowing around obstacles with grace. As you define your path, remember to align your actions with your priorities. This means dedicating time and energy to what truly matters to you. If your goal is to improve your health, make time for exercise and nutritious meals. If your dream is to start a business, set aside moments to plan and execute your ideas. By aligning your daily actions with your long-term goals, you turn your path into a reality. Defining your own path is an act of self-respect and empowerment. It's about reclaiming your time, energy, and focus to create a life that reflects your true self. When you take ownership of your journey, you're no longer at the mercy of external forces. You become the author of your story, writing each chapter with intention and purpose. Take a moment today to reflect on your path. Are you walking a road that feels true to you, or are you following someone else's footsteps? If the latter, it's time to pause, reassess, and start creating your own trail. Remember, making yourself your top priority begins with choosing to live life on your terms, unapologetically and authentically. Boundaries build freedom. When people think about freedom, they often imagine a life without constraints, a life where they can do whatever they want, whenever they want. But true freedom doesn't come from a lack of boundaries. It comes from setting the right ones. Boundaries are the invisible lines we draw to protect our time, energy, and well-being. They empower us to live authentically and make ourselves our top priority. Many of us struggle with boundaries because we fear disappointing others. We say yes when we want to say no, take on more than we can handle, or allow others to dictate how we spend our time. While this may temporarily keep the peace, it comes at a cost. We sacrifice our own needs and priorities. Over time, this can lead to burnout, resentment, and a feeling of being lost in our own lives. Boundaries are not walls that shut people out. They are bridges that ensure healthy and respectful connections. By setting boundaries, you communicate your needs and values clearly. This not only protects your well-being, but also fosters stronger, more balanced relationships. People who genuinely care about you will respect your boundaries because they understand that they are an expression of self-respect, not selfishness. Creating boundaries begins with self-awareness. Ask yourself, what are my priorities? What drains my energy? What gives me joy? These questions help you identify the areas in your life where boundaries are needed. For example, if you find that you're constantly exhausted because of overcommitment, it might be time to set limits on how much of your time you give to others. If certain relationships leave you feeling drained or unappreciated, it may be necessary to reevaluate how much access those individuals have to you. Once you've identified your boundaries, the next step is to communicate them effectively. This can be challenging, especially if you're used to pleasing others or avoiding conflict. However, it's important to remember that setting boundaries is not about confrontation, it's about clarity. Use I statements to express your needs in a calm and respectful manner. For example, instead of saying, "You're always demanding my time," you could say, "I need to carve out more time for myself to focus on my goals." This approach shifts the conversation from blame to understanding. Enforcing boundaries is where many people falter. It's one thing to set a boundary, it's another to stick to it when it's tested. People may push back against your boundaries, especially if they're used to having unlimited access to your time and energy. This is normal, and it's not a reason to give up. Stay firm but kind, and remind yourself why the boundary is important. Over time, people will adjust, and those who respect you will learn to honor your limits. One of the most profound benefits of boundaries is the freedom they create. When you establish clear limits, you free yourself from the pressures and demands that don't align with your values. You gain more time and energy to invest in what truly matters: your health, goals, and happiness. Boundaries allow you to live intentionally rather than reacting to the expectations of others. Boundaries also teach others how to treat you. When you prioritize your well-being and enforce your limits, you set a standard for how you expect to be treated. This not only enhances your self-respect, but also encourages others to approach you with consideration and kindness. It's a powerful way to create relationships built on mutual respect and understanding. Another crucial aspect of boundaries is self-boundaries. These are the commitments you make to yourself to uphold your own standards and values. For example, setting a boundary with yourself might mean limiting screen time to focus on personal growth, or sticking to a fitness routine to prioritize your health. Self-boundaries are just as important as boundaries with others because they ensure that you're holding yourself accountable to your own priorities. It's important to remember that boundaries are not set in stone. As you grow and evolve, your boundaries may change. What you need today may differ from what you need a year from now, and that's okay. The key is to regularly reassess your boundaries and adjust them to reflect your current goals and values. Setting boundaries is not about perfection. You may occasionally slip up, overcommit, or struggle to enforce a limit. What matters is that you recognize when it happens and take steps to course correct. Boundaries are a practice, not a one-time event. The more you practice them, the stronger and more confident you'll become in honoring your needs. Boundaries are not barriers, they are tools that help you protect your most valuable resources, your time, energy, and well-being. They give you the freedom to live intentionally, the strength to prioritize yourself, and the clarity to build meaningful relationships. When you set and honor your boundaries, you take control of your life and create a space where you can thrive. So, take a moment to reflect on your own life. Where do you need to set boundaries? What is one step you can take today to protect your priorities? Remember, boundaries are not just about saying no, they're about saying yes to yourself and the life you deserve. The power of self-commitment. When it comes to making yourself your top priority, nothing is more critical than self-commitment. This is the unwavering promise you make to yourself to show up, take action, and stay consistent in your pursuit of growth, happiness, and well-being. Self-commitment is the foundation of personal transformation and the catalyst for creating the life you truly desire. Many people struggle with self-commitment because they find it easier to keep promises to others than to themselves. They meet deadlines at work, support their loved ones, and honor social obligations but neglect their own goals and needs. The result? Their dreams are pushed aside, their health suffers, and they lose the sense of fulfillment that comes from living authentically. But self-commitment isn't about being perfect, it's about being persistent. It's about acknowledging that you deserve the same dedication and effort you give to everyone else. And think about it, if you can commit to helping others achieve their goals, why not commit to achieving your own? The first step to self-commitment is clarity. You need to know what you want and why it matters to you. Take some time to define your goals, whether they're related to your health, career, relationships, or personal growth. Be specific and honest with yourself. What do you truly desire? Why is it important? The clearer your goals, the easier it will be to stay committed to them. Once you have clarity, the next step is to create a plan. Goals without a plan are just wishes. Break your goals into manageable steps and set realistic deadlines. For example, if your goal is to improve your physical fitness, your plan might include scheduling workouts, preparing healthy meals, and tracking your progress. By creating a roadmap, you make your goals tangible and achievable. Self-commitment also requires discipline. There will be days when motivation wanes and distractions arise. During these moments, discipline becomes your greatest ally. It's the ability to act in alignment with your goals, even when you don't feel like it. One effective way to build discipline is to establish routines. Consistency creates momentum, and over time, your efforts will become second nature. A crucial aspect of self-commitment is self-compassion. Many people abandon their goals after making a mistake or facing a setback, believing they've failed. But the truth is, failure is not the end, it's a natural part of growth. Instead of giving up, reflect on what went wrong, adjust your approach, and keep moving forward. Self-compassion strengthens your resilience and helps you stay committed, even in the face of challenges. Another important element of self-commitment is accountability. While your journey is personal, sharing your goals with a trusted friend, mentor, or community can provide support and encouragement. Accountability partners can help you stay on track, celebrate your successes, and remind you of your why when times get tough. Self-commitment also means prioritizing your time and energy. Time is your most valuable resource, and how you use it determines the quality of your life. Protect your time by eliminating distractions, setting boundaries, and focusing on activities that align with your goals. Remember, every moment you invest in yourself brings you closer to the life you want to create. One of the most empowering aspects of self-commitment is the confidence it builds. When you honor your promises to yourself, you prove that you are capable and worthy of achieving your dreams. Each small victory reinforces your belief in yourself, creating a positive cycle of growth and success. It's important to celebrate your progress along the way. Too often we focus solely on the destination and overlook the journey. Acknowledge your efforts, no matter how small they may seem. Celebrating your achievements boosts your motivation and reminds you that your hard work is paying off. Self-commitment also teaches you the power of saying no. To say yes to your priorities, you must sometimes say no to distractions, unnecessary obligations, or people who don't align with your values. This isn't about being selfish, it's about protecting your time and energy so you can invest them in what truly matters. Ultimately, self-commitment is an act of self-respect. It's about valuing yourself enough to prioritize your needs, goals, and happiness. It's about taking control of your life and refusing to settle for less than you deserve. By committing to yourself, you send a powerful message: I am worthy of my dreams, and I will do whatever it takes to achieve them. So, how can you start strengthening your self-commitment today? Begin with one small step. Choose a goal, create a plan, and take action. Remember, progress is not about perfection, it's about persistence. Each step you take brings you closer to the life you envision for yourself. Self-commitment is the key to unlocking your potential and creating a life of purpose and fulfillment. It empowers you to overcome obstacles, embrace opportunities, and live authentically. When you make yourself your top priority, you honor your worth and open the door to endless possibilities. Now is the time to commit to yourself and your dreams. Take the first step and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank you.